Capernaum, the Era of Warriors, is a prequel to Visa Claw, and it's another piece of the puzzle falling into place to help create this world, expand, I should say, on this world that was created by Ansel Harris and his Bill Ventures team. This time around, this story was written by Ansel Harris as well as Raphael Pouchet. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Please forgive me if I'm not. And we see returning characters like Vesa Claw, Princess Lura, Tamia, and we also have new characters brought up like Malimba, who is the new Battle Gen warrior. If you watch Tamia, you'll know what I'm talking about there. Um, as well as King Razor, the beautiful King Razor, and a character named Kartak, who is like the watcher of this universe. I feel like he's more like an oracle as well, as Razor goes to him and asks him for advice on how to be a good king to his people. And he's also told this is where Visa Claw is going to play a big part in that as well, as he is destined to become the king of clans. So what we have happening here is an expansion of the story that we've seen before. Yes, it's a prequel, but it does a really solid job of that world building. That every time I watch one of these shorts, I get that feeling of, and yes, I'm dating myself here, but growing up, couldn't afford comic books when I was very young. One of my favorite things to do was the comics in the newspapers. I don't even know if that's still a thing. They used to have like maybe 4 or 5 panels, and it would be like, let's say, Flash Gordon or Dick Tracy, whatever was my favorites at the time. Spider-Man was another one. You would just have these short panels, and you would have to read, of course, you'd have to read every day to get the entire story, for everything to come together to make sense. And I feel like that's what they're doing here with these shorts, and doing it really well, where every time we get a new story, we get another piece of the puzzle, we get another expansion of this world. And it's a beautiful thing to behold, honestly. It's really a lot of fun, and I think it's going in a very solid direction. Every time I watch one of these, I want to know what's coming next. What's the next step? So it makes you excited for what's gonna happen next. Um, Another aspect of this I like is I feel like the actors here, their confidence is growing with each one of these outings. You do get this sense that everybody's getting more comfortable in their roles. Um, Still killing it. We have the actress who plays, Princess Lura, that's Vanessa Sinai, and Jamal James as Vesa Claw. She's wonderful in the role. And he's great as well. They have really good chemistry together, and they even get a bit of a little sexy scene here together that I think they did really well. Their chemistry is very believable. They are very believable as a couple, and you get invested in them. It's like, please don't let anybody die. That's what I keep thinking. Please don't let anything happen to her. Anything like that. But I would love to see more for her to be like more of an action type warrior, Princess Bride thing. I hope she gets to do more within the role and not just be his wife. And I'm hoping they come with something like that. Um, Jamal still looks great in the role as well. They had some new additions here. There's Kartak, this alien who is like a watcher oracle type. There's the beautiful King Razor. Beautiful King Razor. Everybody here is beautiful, by the way. Tamia was back. It was great to see her as well. And we have an addition, a character named Malimba. Is it Malimba or Marimba? I can't remember. I think it's Malimba. Um, I thought the young actress did well. Trying to remember her name. I have it written here. Let me get my notes. Shamada Bailey. I think she was really good from the get go. She was very natural in the role, and she has the one. They do have one fight sequence here. She has against Keon Byron once again taking on the physical roles. He plays some type of sand monster. Not sure what his name was in this. I just kept calling him Sand Monster. But their action sequence, I thought it was well choreographed. The only thing, my only little side note here is that I wish it was maybe sped up. I feel like if it was shot a little faster, it would have come across a bit more punchier, a little more, a little more aggressive. But for what we got, it was good. And it went on for a little, we got a good chunk of that was the fight sequence. So that was really good as well. Um, Overall, I thought this was a solid addition. Like I said, it's all about that world building. And every time we get one of these, I feel like it expands, it adds another piece to that puzzle. It makes you want to see the entire finished product, so to speak. And if you watch these one after the other, you definitely will get that sense of connectivity between them all. The My only real note, besides maybe the action sequence being a little more impactful, um I was a tad disappointed with the battle gen suit. Tamiya's was so, I thought Tamiya's own looked really good. It was so sleek, and it really fit her well. It didn't seem like it was hampering her movements. Whereas here, you could tell there was some difficulty with the movements with that suit. So, hopefully we'll get to see something a little more fight worthy, something that will work better in a fight sequence setting, and that will look, badass because it's supposed to be, she's a battle gen warrior. So that's my only real thing that I would point out. Overall, though, I think Capernaum is a winner. I enjoyed it a lot. Kuna still gets number one spot in my book. Love her, love that whole thing. I always love the darker characters. That's just me. I always love the more, characters that give me that whole dark fantasy horror type thing. I think she's awesome. I think the actress is doing a wonderful job there. Like I said, everybody is bringing their best to the table. She's a favorite for me, and she still is. So I look forward to seeing her again. And definitely go check this one out now. It's on GT Network, where you can see this and all of the rest that Bill Ventures has to offer.